Alright, hey everyone. Okay, so this is a bit of an unscheduled news update and discussion video because I saw this earlier today and it's been kind of bugging me all day as to if I should make a video on it, and I feel I kind of should because I've noticed a lot of the big popular Sonic sites just haven't bothered for some reason, and I kind of think I should just talk about it and discuss it with you guys a little bit. So what is it that I want to talk about? Well, earlier today I was doing what I usually do, which was browsing a few websites to see if there was any new video game news or new products that had been released, which can sometimes happen. Sometimes various stores will just randomly put a listing up for something new and awesome which has come out of nowhere. And I was browsing Forbidden Planet UK and I spotted a listing for a book called We Love Sonic, and I hadn't seen this before and the cover kind of intrigued me. So I clicked on the listing and that's when I saw these words: independent and unofficial, which is another way of saying unofficial and unlicensed. So this isn't that unusual. Companies do tend to make unofficial products based on other companies' IPs all the time. In fact, if you go into any supermarket, I can guarantee you will find books on Minecraft and Overwatch without any question whatsoever, because they're two of the most popular games right now. But this is the first time for a long while that I've seen one based off Sonic, so I was quite curious to find out more about this. Especially since it's independent and unofficial, that often means they're kind of restricted with what imagery they can use, so I was quite curious to see what they do with this. So I decided to look into who is actually publishing this book, and it turns out it's published by Carlton Books, and they're based in London, and they are a genuine publishing company. In fact, they're quite well respected from what I can see, and they've been around doing stuff for a very long time now, so this isn't like a random person trying to make a quick buck or a bunch of cowboys that are trying to make a quick buck on something. This is a genuine publisher from what I can see. So I looked on their website and I actually found the listing for the We Love Sonic book, and as it's described, the ultimate guide to the world's fastest hedgehog. And this website actually had a few preview pages listed, so I was really curious to see what it was like, what they'd actually done with the visuals and things inside. And wow, I was not prepared for what I found. So if you actually take a look at the contents page, this is the very first page that is available to have a look at, you will see that they are using official artwork despite the fact they're claiming to be unofficial and independent. So I'm not entirely sure if they are actually allowed to use those renders. So I was quite curious about this, and I decided to take a look at the other pages, and yeah. The second page that they have listed is on history of Sonic the Hedgehog, and if I direct your attention to the actual images that they have used in this, you'll see that they're all from Shutterstock, and it's quite obvious to tell that they're all from Shutterstock because they still have the Shutterstock watermark and logo all over the images. Yeah, they've just taken these from the website. They haven't actually paid to have the watermark removed or even made any attempt to remove it themselves. So it might be possible that these are just placeholder images and the final book is going to have proper images that don't have a watermark all over it. However, when you actually look at the other images they've put up, there are several other red flags and very strange things going on, which makes me lean towards the side that this isn't going to change, that when they finally publish this book, it's going to have those watermarked images. Because when we look at the other pages, like this one of Sonic Mania Plus, if we look at page 11 and look at the bottom right, you will see that they've randomly included some screen grabs from the movie Wreck-It Ralph. Why? That's got nothing to do with Sonic Mania Plus. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, Sonic's in that movie, but it has nothing to do with Sonic Mania Plus. And then there's a couple of other strange things, like on some of the pages, like this one, they've got some images up and they've put them in these, like, to be honest, they're quite nice looking plaques for where they put the captions on. The problem is, several of these don't actually have a caption listed. Like this one says, caption needed, and then there's some Latin placeholder text there. It's like, what? Why would you put up blatantly unfinished pages for just something as simple as a caption? So at this point I thought, well, let's have a look at the front cover again. And something was sort of bugging me about the actual artwork that they'd used on the front, because I thought, why does the interior of the book use official renders, even though I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to in official artwork, when the cover has this artwork which is clearly not official? So I decided to go to Google and I typed in Classic Sonic and Tails 3D. And sure enough, it is somebody's fan artwork. Yes, this book is using stolen fan artwork. The original artwork, and I'm going to bring this up now purely for a reference, so go check out this person's DeviantArt account to see it in all its proper glory, because it is some really, really good work. The actual artwork was made by a DeviantArt user named Finakira, and what this company have done is they've taken that artwork and they have literally just changed the colour tone slightly to try and change it. Yeah, that is completely outrageous. That is blatant art theft. Unless they've given this person some money to use it, which something tells me they haven't done. If they have, I apologise and I completely retract that statement. But yeah, something doesn't look quite right here. So then I thought, well, they've never just stolen... I decided to take some of the text that they'd written and I just googled it. And sure enough, within seconds, I'd found that they had stolen entire articles and entire chunks from various fan sites to populate this book. This is quite noticeable if you look at the page with all the classic zones in, like the Green Hill Zone and Beyond page. So I've highlighted here the offending section, and I'm going to read this out to you because I don't know if this will show up very well because it's quite a small image. So here is what it actually reads. Green Hill Zone is a paradise on a computer screen. It's filled with green fields, palm trees, blue lakes and waterfalls, dotted with colourful flowers and surrounded by mountains, not forgetting the iconic checkered brown soil. But amongst the lush scenery, players must beware of collapsing platforms, spikes, and spinning tree trunks, plus the badniks who patrol the zone, from motobugs and buzz bombers to crab meats, choppers and neutrons. Okay? So that's actually not too bad a description of the Green Hill Zone. However, it's stolen. It's completely stolen from the Sonic Fandom Wiki. If you go to their description of the Green Hill Zone, you will find this. Green Hill was a paradise with green fields and blue lakes. It featured big waterfalls, palm trees, rotating flowers, totem poles, and its iconic checkered soil. Moving down the page a bit, and tumbling down whilst watching out for collapsing platforms, spikes, and spinning tree trunks with spikes. Making matters worse for Sonic were the badniks who patrolled the zone, including motobugs, buzz bombers, crab meats, choppers, and neutrons. Yeah, they've completely stolen that description. They've literally just changed one or two words. That is blatant plagiarism. They have just stolen another fan's work and put it in their book. And it's not the only instance of that. Basically, the entire Sonic CD page has been lifted from the Sonic Fandom Wiki, and I'm not going to read this out. You just take my word for it here and just take a look at the actual screens. They have just lifted it from someone else's website and someone else's work. So we have an unofficial book that's made by a reputable publishing company that has blatantly stolen someone's fan art, or maybe they haven't, maybe they paid for it, we don't yet know, but it certainly doesn't look good so far, that has blatantly plagiarised the Sonic Fandom Wiki, and from the looks of it, possibly other websites as well. And they're trying to sell it to fans for £7.99. It's quite brazen and quite outrageous. I mean, there's been a lot in the social media, especially on Twitter lately, about fan artists finding their work has been stolen and used by other companies who've either accidentally mistaken it for official work or who have blatantly stolen it. Even Elon Musk the other day, I probably pronounced his name wrong, but who cares? Even he recently set Twitter on fire, as they call it, by taking somebody's artwork, reposting it, and then refusing to credit the person that actually did the artwork. So it doesn't matter how popular or how big or how rich you are, fans are protective of their artwork, and if you take it without their permission, you're going to get a lot of blowback from this. But this book especially, because let's remember here, back in the 90s, there was plenty of unofficial and unauthorised Sonic stuff, and some of it was pretty good, especially some of the unofficial guidebooks, in fact, were really good, and some of them are quite collectible now. So this could have been quite a decent unofficial collectible item, and it's done by a proper publishing company, and it actually has a human author as well. You know, it's not just like a collaboration of random people, it does actually have a single individual author. But everything from the visuals to the text has just been plagiarized. And if you don't know what plagiarism is, it's basically taking someone else's work and passing it off as your own. This is really disappointing because this company could have easily placed an advert out to say, hey, we're writing an unauthorized guide on Sonic, would anyone like to audition for the chance to actually write or contribute to this? And some people could have actually had an authored name to their work portfolio. Instead, they probably paid someone a ridiculous amount of money to plagiarize the Sonic fandom wiki just so they could make a quick, cheap buck. It's really disappointing to see this, and I do hope that Carlton Books does change this before publication. So anyway guys, that's kind of just what I wanted to sort of bring to your attention, this little news update. It's a little bit disappointing to see this, but it does happen unfortunately. So what are your thoughts on this one? Let me know down there in the comments. Do you not think it's a big deal? Do you think I'm just kind of going off on one here? Or yeah, is it kind of a big deal and they should really credit or pay the artist that they took the artwork from, assuming they haven't paid them already? But yeah, given the contents of the book, it doesn't look like that might be the case. So anyway guys, thank you very much for tuning in and watching this little news update. A huge thank you to my Patreon and various YouTube and Coffee donators. Their names are running up the screen now, so huge thumbs up and thank you to those people. There will be a new proper scheduled video coming out later this week. I might put it up on the weekend, this one. So yeah, please subscribe and tune in for that one. Don't forget to hit the like button and click the bell notification button. Thanks very much guys, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.